Not one person was killed, not one person was injured. This is the first time that officially Iran has attacked Israel. Iran has been attacking Israel, but through its proxies. Most of the Muslim countries don't like Iran. Most of the Muslim countries. They tolerate Iran because Iran is their neighbor, it's right there, it's in the backyard. In fact, very recently, Pakistan bombed Iran after Iran had bombed Pakistan. So that is the level of love and affection between Iran and Muslim countries close by. The uniting factor between them was nothing but Palestine. Israel now is in a very unique place. The new villain in town is Iran. Somebody should tell them that 99% of your missiles failed. Not one Israeli was killed, not one animal in Israel was killed, leave alone a human being. It's just a question of the Israelis playing their cards smartly and not reacting. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you watching the latest news of the day. Now before I start, I'd like you to watch a small video. You're aware that Iran attacked Israel. More than 300 projectiles of all varieties, drones, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles were used. 99% of them were shot down by Israel and of course America and England helping Israel. So 99% of the projectiles were shot down. Not one person was killed, not one person was injured, not one building was blown up. There was just a large hole in the ground which the Israeli media showed. There was no harm done, absolutely. This is what Iran's more than 300 projectiles, this is the damage that they could cause. But this entire attack is different, not just because no damage was caused or because more than 300 projectiles were sent Israel's way. It's different because this is the first time that officially Iran has attacked Israel. Iran has been attacking Israel, but through its proxies, the three H's as we know them, Hamas, Hezbollah and Houthis. Through the three H's, this is how Iran has been dealing with the Middle East, through proxies. And let me tell you one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, which you may or may not know. Most of the Muslim countries don't like Iran. Most of the Muslim countries. They tolerate Iran because Iran is their neighbor, it's right there, it's in the backyard, you can't ignore Iran. But apart from that, there aren't very many Muslim countries who have a great relationship with Iran. And Iran is a theocratic state. In fact, very recently, Pakistan bombed Iran after Iran had bombed Pakistan. So that is the level of love and affection between Iran and Muslim countries close by. The uniting factor between them was nothing but Palestine. Palestine united the various members of the OIC. But now something else has happened, ladies and gentlemen. Something else has happened. And what has happened is this, that Israel now is in a very unique place. Israel is in a unique place because till yesterday or day before, the world was pointing fingers at Israel saying that you are committing genocide and you are sending missiles to where the civilians live and you have killed so many civilians, etc. People were blaming, even Israel's friends were blaming Israel and saying that call for a ceasefire immediately. There was talks about war crimes and how Israel would be dragged to the International Court of Justice, etc., etc. A lot of countries were going that way. A lot of countries. Suddenly, in the past 48 hours, everybody has stopped. Nobody is speaking about Israel any longer. The new villain in town is Iran. Look at these comments by various heads of state. Various heads of state. These were the same people who were criticizing Israel, who were saying that Israel is, Israel's response to October 7th, the terror attacks by Hamas, Israel's response is disproportionate. A lot of innocents have been killed and Israel must cease fire immediately. Now these very people, after Iran's attack, are now singing a different tune. And their tune is simple, that Israel has been wronged. Now, how does Israel retaliate? What could be the basis of Israel's retaliation? Is Israel going to say that, hey, okay, you bombed us, we'll bomb you back? Is that what Israel will say? I don't think so. The War Council of Israel has said that we will respond at a place and time of our choosing, which they are entitled to do anyway. But I think Israel realizes the wider geostrategic ramifications of their next move. Can Israel use this attack by Iran? And Israel has actually asked for heavy sanctions. So can they use this attack to make sure that Iran is crippled by sanctions? Can they do that? That's point number one. Number two, can they use this to negotiate to get their hostages free? They can do that as well. Can they also push the world towards intervening and saying that we want a Palestine without Hamas? How's that? Can they do that? Well, all these things are now on the table simply because Iran reacted. This entire case of the Israeli Air Force coming and bombing that embassy compound and killing 13 people, including 3 Iran Revolutionary Guards generals. That was just Israel trying to tickle Iran. And Iran fell into the trap. Iran should not have. They should have waited. But then, there is an American saying, believing your own press. And this is exactly what the problem with Iran is. Iran believes its own press. There's so much of public pressure. React, hit Israel. Today, there are large parts of the world which may or may not like Iran, but who are for Palestine, and they are celebrating the attacks on Israel. Somebody should tell them that 99% of your missiles failed. Not one Israeli was killed, not one animal in Israel was killed, leave alone a human being. No building was destroyed, nothing happened. Does this give Israel the capability, or at least the bandwidth, if not the capability, to tell the world that, hey, these are world-class systems that we are making? Will Israel, and I'm just thinking aloud, will Israel make a sales pitch? Will Israel make a sales pitch? Will Israel tell the world that, hey, these weapon platforms, we're talking about the Iron Dome, we're talking about David Sling, we're talking about Arrow 1, 2 and 3. Now, these are now tested in combat. The world has seen 99% success rate. This is fantastic by any standards. The Americans haven't done it, but the Israelis have done it. So, as I said, the Israelis win either way. It's just a question of the Israelis playing their cards smartly and not reacting. I think what the Israelis should do is wait for 2-3 days, see how the world's opinion is shaping up, and then make the next move. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. And if you like this video, press the like button. I'll catch you again tomorrow with another fresh video. Till then, Jai Hind.